and welcome to Missy Day Live, sharing the heart of the city. And this is going to be my third show, and we're in a new venue today than we were for the first show, and it's very exciting. It's more of like a theater feel, and we actually have an audience with us today, so yay! So my next guest, we go way back.
Yes, we do.
In kind of an odd way, we do, and a long time ago. And we're going to share what he's up to now, and I'm going to ask him some surprise questions. So I am honored and thrilled. This man is a very busy man around town, but yet is so giving of his time and is so awesome to be. He's been on 50 Shades, and now he's on this show. So I'd like to welcome Gary Anthony.
Yay! Hi, baby.
Good to see you.
Great to be here.
I was after him since I started the show because I really wanted you to be a part of the show and early on, because not only, have I seen you perform since I was a teenager, up until now. So it's great having you. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, I'm here. It's great.
Yay! And getting here is a little difficult, I have to say. There's closed roads, and you go off-roading, and then you finally get here.
Yes. I was wandering around town. Where are you? Well, the construction going on, so everybody understands what's going on.
Right, yes, there's construction. Yeah. When isn't there construction here is the question.
Yeah, construction capital of the world, that's what it is.
Yes, and cone capital. So, I haven't seen you in a year.
That's right.
But I do follow you on Facebook from time to time.
Yes.
So what's been going on with you?
Well, as you well know, I book corporate, a lot of corporate, for the past 20 years, and theaters throughout the world. So mostly Frank Sinatra, Rat Pack shows, whatever the client wants, whatever the client needs. And theater situation, it's either Frank Sinatra or it's the Rat Pack. Yeah. And that's what I've been doing for the past 20 years.
But you also, you book though, aren't you an agent of some sort?
Yes,
right?
yeah, I have a company for the past 20 years, major entertainment production. And basically I got started back in the year 2000 when I was with the Rat Pack at the Tropicana Hotel. So that kind of set up the motion to start my agency. Everybody kept asking, well, do you have an Elvis? Do you have Marilyn Monroe? Well, yeah. Do you have a showgirl? Yeah. So for the next 20 years, that's what I've been doing. And it's been wonderful to be able to book every artist, mostly celebrity impersonators, but a lot of times I get for certain artists, that type of thing, as well as bands. So it's been pretty fun for the past 20 years here in Las Vegas.
So do you ever go back and do the old school stuff? Like the songs you did with the Allen family?
Oh my goodness. we got to let the audience know a little bit about our history. Back in the early days of the 70s, I was in a family group. Like the Osmonds, we were the Allens. And it was a group of five of us, myself, my three other brothers, and my sister. They're called the Allen family. In fact, we had the school bus. I have to say this, because we were a real family group with a school bus. And we traveled all over the place. Sound familiar, right? We traveled all over the California doing the state fairs and all the fairs with the school bus. And the stories I have for school bus, you'll have to ask me some other time, because I could go on for 30 minutes. But yeah, we were, and also we were on the Motown label. Mike Herb picked us up, and he put us on the Motown label. The Osmonds wrote the song, and they played it, called High Tide. And so Mike Herb put us on Motown label, first Caucasian family group signed with Motown. So we made history. Yeah. And so now I can actually say I'm a Motown recording artist.
That's right.
I blow people away when I say that. But yeah, we traveled all over, and of course we did Knott's Berry Farm in the main theater for like 3 years. And guess what?
Guess who was there
You
for
were
almost
there.
every show?
She was there every show. Yeah. And she screamed and everything for us.
And I had a crush on this one. And my friend Jana, who was my partner in crime, she loved Larry. And so we always had to follow Larry around everywhere. But I have
My brother Larry.
my own story about that bus. I don't remember who was driving. But you parked out in that back part. And
Right.
so Larry comes out and he goes, "You guys want to ride in the bus?" And of course we're like, "Oh my God, of course we do."
Well, if you go to my website, which is majorep.com, like ElvisPresley.com, you can go to Gary's, what do you call it, bio. Go to Gary's bio, and you'll see all the pictures of us with the school bus and all the whole story about it. It's really fascinating.
It was fun, except I was frightened because we were going like kind of fast, and all of a sudden, I'm not sure. I think it was Ronnie, but I'm not sure. But then they were like, "We got to go back because we think the bus is going to break down." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Well, we were on Mount Shasta at one point. We did a fair up north, and we're going down Mount Shasta. It's about 4 in the morning, and I'm waking up to this grinding of, the gears are grinding. I'm going, my brother Tony is driving, and I said, "What's up? We have no brakes."
Oh my word.
So we're going down that hill, and I'm just holding the emergency brake like that's going to do something. And we're looking down, and we're getting to the bottom of the hill. It's going 60, 65, 60, and we're going, okay, this is it. I hope there's no cars going by because we're going to go, whoop, and my brother just took it and it went, whoop, honked the horn. Nobody was there, and then we just like slowed down at the other end. We're all, do you ever see those old little toys in the bus with the people's face on them? That was us. Oh gosh! So
Wow.
we had to stay there for to get the brakes fixed. We had quite lots of adventures with that bus.
I bet.
Yeah, but we were also on Johnny Carson. We were on Merv Griffin, and also American Bandstand. Do you remember that one? Yeah. As the Allens, we were on those shows.
I think you have a picture of you guys on Bandstand too on your website.
On
do
the
you?
website, yeah, it's all there. majorep.com. Go to Gary's bio, and every picture I could imagine I could put up was there for the. It's quite a wonderful story.
It was a fun time.
Yes.
I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I don't know about you, but for me, it was like a long time ago. But it doesn't seem like.
Seems
it
like
doesn't feel like that long ago.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
I see myself on the stage. I see you out there. Yeah. Screaming away.
Yeah, screaming. Thank you. Thank you for that.
It was quite fun. I played bass. All my other brothers played instruments, and I was a bass player. But, can you imagine having to play, sing, and dance at the same time? I mean, it's like, we're just
No, how do you remember all that stuff?
Well, we rehearse them in the studios. I mean, in the dance studios. Every day we're in the dance studios, just looking with the mirrors. And we had a choreographer, and he was a crazy choreographer, but, God bless him. But it worked. He put us together, and we had a management firm. Actually, it was Seymour Heller and Associates who started us, and they were the manager of Liberace. So they brought us to Las Vegas to audition for Liberace. So we're on stage, and at the time, he loved us, but he said there's too many on the stage. There's just too many. He just was looking for 1 or 2 people to open his act. And I said, okay, thanks a lot. But we opened for Jim Neighbors at a fair. Could you imagine that? I mean, Jim Neighbors singing, his singing was fabulous. we'd open for him, and he'd come out, wow, you guys are just crazy. I mean, you're dancing all over the place. And he goes on going, whoa, we go, wow. But we did a lot of things for the stars of Hollywood. The one I remember was we Actors and Others for Animals, and it's Doris Day.
Oh, yeah.
And she just recently passed, and God bless her. I'll tell you a little story about this. We did a lot of things for her. And we went to Universal Studios, and the Allens, we performed for the big crowd. About 10 years later, I walk into Hamburger Hamlet in Hollywood, right? And I just passed her. She's sitting there, and I just passed her. She goes, hey. I look, and it's Doris Day, and I go, he says, how's your family? I go, you remember me 10 years later? I mean,
that's amazing.
And I mean, I wasn't even looking like it. I didn't have the look I did then. But I said, yes, they're all doing wonderful. And she says, oh, I adored you all. Isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet.
I told that little story on my Facebook page. But if you go to my Facebook page, I'm almost 5,000. And I have to kind of like filter it all out. But I tell the story on my Facebook page about a lot of things and what I'm up to and what I'm doing. So just look up Gary Anthony.
And you're always busy.
Yes, well, running an agency, I'm on the computer all day doing contracts because I still book others as well. I mean, I'm on. In fact, I just got a text this morning. Are you available at the end of the month? Yeah. Well, I have other agencies that book. I'm an independent contractor to everybody. So it's not just me exclusive. I have my own clients, and all agencies all over the world contact me. So I'm established. Been doing this, 20 years? Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yeah. There's that.
We didn't mention that, did we?
Probably the best Frank Sinatra, I told you this before, the best Frank Sinatra I've ever seen.
Oh.
You're really good.
Thank you. Well, I grew up Sinatra. My dad was a big band leader, and I heard Sinatra when I was 3 years old. And that voice stuck. And when I heard his, I remember the first song he sang. I remember the first song. I remember it. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. When I heard that voice, I said, ooh. But I couldn't wait till I turned 12 and I lowered my voice, and my voice changed. Ooh, I was so excited. You know why? Because I loved the ballads. The ballads were so beautiful. And the way his voice was just, the tone of his voice. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way. I couldn't wait to do that. Hit the low notes, those low notes. And that excited me more than anything, just to be able to sing Sinatra.
Not only like the voice, I mean, you've nailed his voice, but when you're on stage, I mean, it's his mannerisms, his walk, his look.
As a celebrity impersonator, I grew up, I'm a dancer, so all that became natural. I mean, he's king of cool. Where else am I going to go? I mean, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. King of cool. I mean, how easy is that for me? But see, as a dancer,
Do you ever get, in your audience, do you ever get like younger people who don't even know who Frank Sinatra was?
what's interesting is this music has come back. All right, through the past 15 years, you got all these stars singing these tunes. Now, what it does is it brings back the Rat Pack era. It brings back Sinatra, Bing Crosby. It brings it all back. And the kids are they're going crazy over it. I'm doing weddings. They're in their 20s, and they want me to sing my way. Excuse me, this is not for you. This is for me. And now my end is near. You know, not yours. You're just beginning. You know, but it's amazing how when I do my shows, how many young people are out there. They get dressed. They're dressing. They got their ties, their thin tie, and the hats.
Well, that's awesome.
It's incredible, and I'm loving it because it has turned around. You know, you got Bublé out there. You've got Diana Krall singing the songs. You've got, oh my goodness, what's his name? Old Mandy with a
Barry.
Barry singing these songs. So is all these other stars. I'll think of him in a second, but he made more. Let me think of his name. Oh my goodness. I'll think of the song.
Well,
and then
they're
you can...
probably thinking, oh my God, there's actually a songs that I can hear the words, understand the
Yeah,
words.
right, right, yes. So growing up with my father as a big band leader, he used to have all the musicians in the house. So I'm hearing this wonderful, beautiful music. And then I'm going, hey, I kept bugging him through that. I want to sing with your band. I want to sing with your band. He's not, yeah, you're not ready, kid. But about the time I was 6 or 7, Dad, I want to sing in the band. All right, I'll put you up. So I sang. He says, you're okay, kid, but we're going to work on that intonation. And you know what? He has been my best critic. My dad has been my best critic. And speaking about my dad, I've got a CD coming out.
Yay!
Yay! Finally! And I'm going to put, my dad wrote hundreds of songs. And I finally told my dad, I said, I got to record. I told him all my life, yeah, I'll record your songs because I heard them all my life. I'll finally get to record them. Yes, I will. Well, he's turned 91. I better record them, right? So I've got 2 originals that'll be on this CD, this particular one. And they're the most beautiful songs. I can't just, but as soon as this thing is released, I'll let you know. And I'll come on and I'll play it.
I was just going to say, you know you're going to have to come back now.
That's right. But they're the most beautiful tunes, and I'm really thrilled about recording them. I've got the tracks laid out. I just got to the vocals on now. So it'll be ready within the next 3 weeks.
Very cool.
And it'll be out.
So you got some big things coming up.
Yes, when people ask me, where are you performing? I said, well, very rarely in Las Vegas, but I'm all over the world, theaters all over the world. I'm being booked in Florida, from California to Florida. So whenever I get there's a live venue for ticket sales, I like to announce it. There's an Italian International Film Festival at the Italian American Club coming up, July 31st. Now this particular thing, now they're raving about me coming as Frank Sinatra, which is pretty fun. But what it is an international film festival awards.
Oh,
so it's people
cool.
who make movies, and they're coming to get their awards, and I'm the featured singer, Frank Sinatra, Gary Anthony's Frank Sinatra, and that's at
cool.
the Italian American Club, July 31st.
So that one's open to the public?
Yes, that one's open to the public.
Okay.
And then, of course, you know Luke Perry.
Yes.
Yeah, Luke Perry's putting on a show. It's a birthday concert, and I'm going to be performing there, and that's from 6 to 9 at Tivoli Village, June 27th.
Okay.
And there'll be a lot of stars there, along with me performing. I'll be there about 7:30ish. I'll be on about 7:30.
And so where? So we have the flyers that are up on the screen, but so where do they get the tickets at?
It's free. This is a free concert.
All right.
Luke Perry's show is free concert. Tickets are at the Italian American Club for the Italian International Film Festival. You can call or get a hold of Italian American Club.
I've never been there. I see that you guys
You've
are
never
there
been to
a
Italian
lot.
American
I've never
Club?
been there.
Oh my God, you got to come down. I can invite you over. It's wonderful. It's great. It's a great place to be. It's old Las Vegas. It's
Oh, cool.
it's the Rat Pack used to hang out there. All them boys. And so,
So it's been like,
Other
it's
than
been
that,
there like a long, long time?
what's that?
It's been there a
Oh,
long
yeah,
time?
oh, yeah, yeah, that's been there for like,
We'll have to go check it
one
out.
of the first structures that went up. And so, yeah, it's exciting. Well, they have entertainment at every night. They're closed Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday through Sunday, they have different entertainers every night. And then they have shows in the showroom. They have a showroom.
Wow.
Yeah, I performed there many times.
You have. Rob's been there.
Right?
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you have an opportunity, check Gary out as Frank Sinatra. And then this one looks like this is going to be a big party, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a big party. We're going to have Ron Knight. He's going to be performing. Mark Maynard, Ronnie Grego. I hope I spelled that. Grego. Ronnie Grego. Sandy Castell, you know her. And Dana Day, you know Dana Day.
Cool.
And there'll be others. Jesse Ray, Ryan Baker. He has that 8-piece band sound. The Vegas Men of Music, that's pretty much new. They're doing their thing. Let's see, I just don't want to leave anybody out. Lonnie Counts. So that one's going to be fun. It's free. I just come along and enjoy the music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So I had my first guest, Callie Tucker, was on, so I asked her a question. So when you're in the entertainment industry, what does your downtime look like, and what do you do for self-care?
Sleep. My downtime, sleep. I'm up till 3 in the morning doing contracts. My downtime, oh my goodness. You know, I'm always busy. I like staying busy. I can't stay off the computer because there's so much business there. I'm booking theaters now. I've got agencies booking me theaters, and we're coordinating that for the fall. So it's like I'm going to be all over the United States, and I just keep moving.
That's good. Keep moving forward.
That's right.
So how's the fam?
How's the family? They are all wonderful. They all said to say hi, for sure. Especially Larry.
Especially Larry.
He lives in town right now.
Yeah, I think he was when I saw you last. He was at the show.
Yeah.
And he was living there.
He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very cool. It's a fun family. Everybody, go visit the Meyer family. Right, Myers?
Yep, Myers, M-E-Y-E-R-S, Myers.
You've had so many names. It's so
Yeah, well,
confusing.
I know.
How did you all come up with the Allen family? Where did that come from?
All right, we were the Myers family at first, but then when the management picked us up, they tried to sell us as the Myers family. Well, they said, well, there's another Myers family out there, and they're terrible, and you ain't going to get hired. So they came to us and said, you know what? We're going to call you the Allens. First of all, letter A is the beginning, so you can get a letter A. Look for the records. And it's universal. So,
Right.
yeah, so we said, okay, we're the Allens. You know, I've had many different names as we went, but Anthony is my middle name. I've been Gary B. I was a DJ through the 90s here in Vegas. So DJs use only the last letter, first letter. So I was Gary B, and I couldn't figure out, what am I going to, so Bob Harry that owns Fellini's, he's one of the owners of Fellini's, I finally went in there, he says, when are you going to change that name? I said, I can't think of a name. He says, well, I have first two names. Bob Harry, what's your middle name? Anthony. Duh. You know, he brags about that. He says, the next day he came with CDs, Gary Anthony, business card, Gary Anthony. So, hey, there you go. That's how I ended up with being Gary Anthony, my middle name. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? You've had a lot of names.
Yes, I had a lot of names. Well, it all depends on who's chasing me, so I changed my name.
Well, it's been so awesome to have you on again and to
Thank
see
you.
you again. And thank
Yeah.
you for always being so generous with your time.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. So stay with us. Well, no, not with us because we're like done now. But I'll be back next month with 2 more segments. And so thank you to Callie Tucker and to Gary Anthony and to our audience. And I also want to shout out Julia Oberweiss, who is our set director, like personal assistant, our gatherer, the direction giver, making sure everybody is at the same place at the same time. So thank you, Julia, very much. And for Scott McCambridge, who like does everything. He's back there. Thank you, Scott. So join us again. If you enjoyed the show, I just ask that you make a comment, you like, and you share it so that we can get Callie and Gary out there for more exposure. And please go and see Gary Anthony at one of his shows when you have an opportunity. He's an excellent performer. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you.